What up, what up, what up, what up, y'all? All right, this is episode 12 of It Behooves Me to Say podcast. I am your host, Darren Fleet. All right, so we're doing something a little different today. Like, y'all, I really can't see y'all, which is bothering me because I like to see the people. So I have to pull you up on my laptop real quick just to see what's going on. And now I get to see what y'all seeing from that angle. And I was supposed to have my tech guy to stop by, but it started storming, and he had his kid with him, so he was like he wouldn't be able to make it. So I was like, you know what, Darn, I know how to do shit by myself. If it is to be, it is up to me. Or is it, if it's up to me, it is to be. I don't fucking know. I learned that from that football player. I think his name was Aaron something. I think he had like a LGBT relationship and he had off somebody. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that was really a thing maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. I know this was during the time that I was doing stand-up because I remember people was like, Darn, you ain't covered his story. You ain't covered his story, but I think his name was Aaron Pierre. No, that's not Aaron Pierre. Aaron Pierre is definitely the dude who's dating Tiana. Y'all, for those who know his name, it might have been Rodriguez. I know he was like Hispanic or Afro-Latina or something. I don't fucking know. But I remember that was one of his saying. Okay, so it is saying that I'm live. That's a good thing. Now, I want to see me go live because I do want to answer questions on this live as we go. Because I noticed that a lot of y'all been knowing that I have been heavy into this Ryan Murphy shit lately. Like, Ryan got all my attention, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I am fascinated with killers. And I thought to myself the other day, I was like, darn, what is it about you that like watching shows like Snapped or For My Man or, you know, I like to watch the Ryan Murphy series to Monsters on Netflix. Y'all know this is not my first time covering the Ryan Murphy series. So if anybody who's been watching me for a while, y'all know that I was heavy on that Dahmer shit when it came out like 2 years ago. And then last year, I had a whole debate against a lot of Kardashian fans about the Menendez brothers where people was like, you don't know what they went through in their household, Darren. Their parents were so bad. Oh, take it from black people. Okay? We've grown up with some parents that'll cuss you out, talk shit to you. Your mother tell you, get your black ass up, comb your naughty ass head, and I ain't never thought about opening up 12 rounds on it. Now, I do know that, quote unquote, their parents were supposed to be a little more touchy-feely, but when your parents ain't here to plead their case, I don't believe nothing is coming out of your face. I don't care. I don't care what the neighbor had to say, etc., because people were bringing it up. Oh, well, there were people in their family who had their back. If Ron Murphy say that you are a monster, bitch, I'm going to go with Ron. Because you know what it say in the Bible about killing your parents? Don't. So that was overkill. When I watched that shit, I said, not open up every damn shotgun bullet that y'all had. Yeah, most people would have just, you know, what's the lady name that he's doing a story on that? Lizzie Borden. Most people would have just put an axe to the back and gave him a whack. They did 12 rounds. I mean, shells flying out the yin yang. And not only did they do that, they did it to the Milli Vanilli soundtrack. Y'all know the song, Girl You Know It's True. By the time they saw their parents were through. So I don't feel bad for the Menendez brothers. I really the fuck don't. And I didn't understand why Kim Kardashian took her ass over there to see all that was going on with them. Well, you know, they're not monsters. They're not monsters. So hold on, y'all. It's playing a playback. 1 second. I don't feel bad for the Menendez brothers. See, now I'm pissed off. There we go. Did y'all hear it playing a playback? Because I'm watching me watch. Okay, so this is what I look like to y'all. I got a big-ass head on live. Okay. I look real cutesy in my little setup, though. I'm looking all professional. But back to the Menendez brothers and this whole Ryan Murphy series. Yeah, I got to arguing with a lot of Kardashian fans last year who were trying to back me in a corner. Well, what would you do if your parents done all of this, done all of that? Bitch, I would tell somebody. Let's start there. And let's not act like kids don't tell, because y'all had children lined up to tell when y'all quote unquote thought that Michael Jackson was doing something wrong. Turns out that was a lie. So let's not act like children don't tell. With that being said, I would have told someone. And these were grown ass boys. Let's just be real. These were not 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds. These were not 8 and 9-year-olds. These were not mommy dropped me off at the daycare as kids. These was grown ass boys, and the oldest son was wearing a fucking wig. Okay? So when you grown enough to shoot your parents, you're also grown enough to tell what the fuck went on in your house. I don't want to hear shit about it. Now let's fast forward to Ryan Murphy's latest sick little soiree with the Ed Gein story. Now a lot of people were upset about the way that they was portraying Ed Gein. Ryan is always trying to make the monsters look so glamorous. Well, bitch, that's the only way you can get my attention, is if the man is glamorous. If Charlie didn't play that role, I couldn't look at Ed's face and be turned on. I don't know about y'all, I don't know if I'm sick or what, but when Charlie dropped his drawers a few times, I forgot all about the meat seat he made out of mommy's face. I was like, damn, Charlie looking good below the waist. That ass was sitting, and I was smitting, and I'm not bullshitting. I like what I was seeing. Charlie looked the fuck good. Now, a lot of people will say, well, you know what, Dern, it's something wrong with you. It's something wrong with me. And be that as it may, I've went down a whole rabbit hole of murderers lately. Ron Murphy has started some shit with me. I done went to look up Samuel Little. I done looked up Dorothea P. I done looked up Ted Bundy. I done looked up John Wayne fucking Gacy. You know, the big ass sissy clown who was tying the boys up in the basement and fucking them up the ass. I done looked up everything I could look up. This whole little series here got me in a mesh up. Now, I don't know. What I'm finding out that's very common about these serial killers, and a lot of people probably be like, well, darn, that's unfair to say. I don't care what you say. A lot of them come from the Midwest. Yeah, a lot of these serial killers coming from Ohio, Milwaukee, or Indiana. Now, I don't know what they put in the water out there to make white folks want to go up and kill up some shit, but y'all need to stop giving them that Dasani water. Dasani will make you hurt somebody. Now, I think it's that tap water that they drinking out the sink, because a lot of these people, so quote unquote, had very bad parents. They had malicious upbringings. But I didn't see nothing wrong with the way Charlie Gein was being brought up. For his mother to say girls are sinful, did she fucking lie? Mama knew what she was doing back in her heyday, so she knew that that Pandora bitch up the street would whip that ass on her son, and next thing you know, she have some little grandbabies running around. She didn't want that shit. They only had a 2-bedroom shack. So you don't want a bunch of kids running the fuck around. That shit is uncomfortable when you think of it. So I'm with what's her name? Alexandria Gein. I'm with mother here. Only a mother could love you. A mother know what the fuck she's telling her son. That mother knew that that boy had issues, so she was trying to keep him safe. Now here come other people. Yeah, that's because of the Christian upbringing. Christian upbringing, Catholic upbringing, Jehovah fucking Witness. At the end of the day, the mother was trying to save her boy. A mother knows what's wrong with her kids. You can look at Ed Gein and tell that nigga ain't had no sleep. He had one eye open all the fucking time like a goddamn goldfish. She knew what she had to do to keep her boy off the cross, and that still wasn't enough. The boy still went in the shade and killed this fucking brother, but I said, well, who need a brother like Cain when you got Abel right here? That shit was too much. Now, I watched that show and I couldn't sleep for 72 hours. I was nervous and real skitsy about all the white people in my neighborhood. Because you know when you see one white serial killer, it make you think of everybody out there. I'm looking for lazy eyes. I'm looking for old hunchback Notre Dames. And I'm looking for a mother to come out there with a stack of Bibles and beating the damn ecclesiastics down your throat. I was nervous of white people. When I tell y'all I couldn't sleep when the sun went down, I mean that shit. I couldn't sleep when the sun went down. I'm peeking all out my shades. One night, one of my blinds was not all the way twisted right. You know how you twist your blinds up, but one of them got a cock eye to it? I said, why that blind peeking at me like Ed Gein? I had to go over there and flip that motherfucker real quick. I was scared. Now, I'm not scared of shit, but I woke up in a hot sweats, cold sweats. I don't like no shit like that. That come from that Ed Gein story. Now, Netflix didn't show all they could show. Because I'm a person who like to do my homework, I went down a rabbit hole of Mr. Gein. Mr. Gein made a whole meat seat out of bitches. I said, now how the fuck are you sitting in mommy's chair that's sewn up out of white girls' faces? That shit was crazy. What's even crazy is how much they got away with murder. You mean to tell me ain't nobody smell that shit from next door? They weren't the only people over there on that plantation. It was a lot of motherfuckers over there. I mean, Aliciana lived right across the fucking street. You know, old Pandora, who mommy didn't want to with. Maybe if mommy would have let you go over there and get a little pussy from Pandora, you wouldn't have been over here making Pandora's fucking box out of a chair. Now I'm sitting there watching this shit. I don't know about y'all, but a dead possum in the middle of the street smells bad. You ever been to somebody's house in the city and you smell a dead rat under their porch? That shit reeks. Now imagine 20 dead bitches you'd have made a damn meat seat out of it and a meat table and a meat bodysuit to go. And don't nobody smell that shit? Only for the cop to bust in with him. He got on mommy's face twirling around in a damn negligee, looking negligee. And then the cop getting all testy with him. It's a fine time to beat his ass. He done already made a whole damn meat cleaver out of y'all ass. That's crazy boots to me. What's even crazy is how him and Jeffrey Dahmer came out of the same city. Now, no, Ed Gein was not originally, no, I'm lying. No, Jeffrey Dahmer was not originally from Milwaukee. Oh, but he was there long enough to catch on the Midwest swing. That nigga had a thing too. We're not going to even get on him. I do a whole stand-up joke on him. If you want to see that, you make sure you come out October the 26th. I'm live at the Stand-Up Comedy Club in Bellflower. And for those who can't make it out there in LA, I'm also going to the Bay Area. On October the 29th, I'm in Pleasanton, California, at Tommy T's. I tell a whole joke about Jeffrey Dahmer, but back to paid programming. Yeah, they made a whole fucking meat seat, and y'all mean to tell me y'all can smell? Niecy Nash played the black next door neighbor in the Jeffrey Dahmer series, where she was calling the cops every day, and the cops had the nerve to tell her, well, just light a candle. A fucking Febreze. I don't give a damn if you got one of them candles that says Glade. Y'all seen the commercial, Glade, in French. That shit ain't gonna hide the smell of victims over the age of 12. These motherfuckers was stinking up the house. And people talking about some go and get a candle, light an incense. I don't give a fuck if you get incense from Jamaica, sir. You know that Febreze commercial that they like to play every once in a while to trick people? They make them walk in the house and be a dead piece of fish. It be old nasty house, look like a house from Hoarders. And they spray a little Febreze in the air. And the people go, then they take the blindfolders off the bitch, and it turns out you in a bedroom full of dead fish, a hoarder's house, old record players, cats jumping all above your head, kitty shitting litter in the corner, and you say, I had no idea I was in here. Now take that bitch and wrap her up in a blindfold and let her step foot in Jeffrey Dahmer or Ed Gein house, and you ain't even got to take the blindfold off. That bitch gonna hold on to the door seal like, where am I? Bitch, you in a house full of dead people. You in a house of the dead. You're in The Walking Dead, Sequel Street. That's some sick shit. That's some sick shit. You can say whatever you want to say. That was the sickest shit I've seen all week. Now, I've been down a rabbit hole with criminals. Now, y'all, I used to be a criminal. No, I never killed no one. I'm not going to sit here and act like I ain't never thought about it. I thought about choking a few bitches out, but I was like, no darn, with my luck and my color, I'm not going to get away with it. But it turns out that there was someone of my color, my complexion, that made me owe an apology to white people. And I never thought I'd say this, but I apologize to y'all white folks because, see, it ain't just y'all out here killing up some bitches. It was a serial killer by the name of Samuel Little, who is originally from Georgia by way of Ohio. Now, I'm going to blame Ohio once again on his mass murdering because it turns out that a lot of these serial killers are from the Midwest. Yeah, and a lot of them are Cancers or Pisces. I did my whole research on it. I wanted to know the origin of these motherfuckers. So, you ever piss a Pisces off and that bitch look red in the face? Run, ho. Cancers are sweet, but a lot of these are water signs brought to you by Virgo. Virgos like to control the masses. If I'm not mistaken, Ed Gein was a Virgo. Anywho, I went to go and look up Samuel. Samuel had killed over 90 street women. And here's the thing. This man remembered them by face. He sat there and drew them out in the interrogation room. He sat there and told them about these women with a Coke and a smile. That man just wanted a cigarette. He sat there and smoked half a pack of Newports. Mind you, these were Newport 100s. Anybody know anything about Newport 100s? If you're from the hood, they call them Cadillacs. It take about 2 damn days to finish a Newport 100. This motherfucker to finish half a pack because it took almost a whole pack just to tell you all the people he had killed up. He had killed up some bitches, okay? Sat there drawing them out, had a smile on his face. He was like, yeah, I remember her. I sat there and I watched her eat. It was something about the way she swallowed. Let me find out I gotta wear a turtleneck just to go out on a date with a nigga because y'all sitting there watching bitches swallow. What in the turn on do you get from watching a bitch chew? Ain't nothing uglier than watching a bitch, especially somebody without their side tooth missing. You gotta move that food to the other side because you don't want no shit to poke you in the gum. That shit ain't sexy. That's why I don't watch bitches do mukbangs. I don't watch ASMR videos. I don't watch that shit because I don't want to see you eat. I grew up in a time where my grandmother would slap the shit out of you for sitting there staring at somebody eat. She'd be like, are you hungry? Just say something. Fuck you sitting there looking at me. That, you know what I'm saying? That's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. No pun intended. But he liked to watch bitches eat. He took them out to breakfast diner, watch them chew, chew, chew. Then he gave them their last supper. Next thing you know, he done choked you the fuck out and drug you behind an old shed house only for the crows to pluck. I say, yeah, that sucks. No pun intended. But yeah, the man killed over 93 women. And you mean to tell me nobody caught up with this man? What were the cops doing? What were the cops doing? He even described one incident where he had a woman in the back of his truck all beat up and bruised, and he just told the cop, oh, she drunk, she fell. I said, what the fuck did she fall down, a flight of steps? An elevator shaft? This bitch is beat up and bruised, and you had the nerve to tell the cop she fell because she drunk. The cop gives him a pat on the back and let him go on a ride so he can finish his slide. Ain't this some bullshit? Is it safe to say that the cops were working with these motherfuckers because you couldn't smell? You didn't see all that blood in the back of his truck? Who you think beat this bitch up? Come on now. He's sitting there smiling and the cops are like, oh, you a good man, Sam. A good man? This ain't Samuel L. Jackson. This is Samuel Little fucking McDonald here. Y'all let this man go with a pat on the back? Yeah. That shit gonna give me a headache. Now, y'all, I'm starting up on Miss Dorothea P. I'll come back with y'all with her next week. Cause yeah, sis did a whole lot of shit. Oh, but before we go, let's get on Lizzie Bordenhouse. This bitch was so bored in her house, she chopped up her stepmother and her father. They had a little song for her. You know, the 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. This was Lizzie Borden. Y'all had a little jump rope beat. Now, who the fuck out there jump roping to a little girl killing her fucking mother and her stepmother and father? And here's the thing. It was her in the house. I want to say the maid, the stepmother, the father. The maid had went out to run a few errands so she can come back and get her maid on. This little maid in boarding house in Manhattan. She comes back and it's blood rushing from under the fucking door. Ain't nobody in the house now but Lizzie, stepmommy, father, and a dull-ass axe. How the fuck you chopped him up with a dull-ass axe? Inquiring minds want to know. You gotta be a bold-ass, cold-ass bitch to hit your mother or your stepmother with an axe. And don't get me wrong, we've all seen that a stepmother can be a bitch. We watch Cinderella. We know that the stepmother wait till your father had that untimely death and then make you turn into a servant for you and her ugly-ass stepsisters. We know how the story go, but in this case, your father was alive. You unalived your father. And had no fucking reason. And a lot of people will sit there and say, well, darn, did you check on their upbringings? Sweetie, I don't give a fuck how foul your upbringing was. You were a cold murderer before you were brought the fuck up. Because only a cold bitch is going to take an axe to your back and give you about 12 whacks. She whacked the fuck out of them people. And here come people, I feel sorry for Lizzie. That's because you will kill your mother. That's the only way you can feel sorry for a bitch like Lizzie. Only Lizzie I feel sorry for is McGuire, that bitch who was on Disney Channel. You know who I'm talking about with the fat old ass old blonde. She had a sister named Hillary fucking Duff. I feel sorry for Lizzie McGuire. You know, she never got a chance to make it to season 10 like That's So Raven. That's a bitch you feel sorry for. They cut her Disney check short. I don't feel sorry for Lizzie Borden fucking house. Now people are going by to leave flowers on this bitch grave as if she done something good. Wake the fuck up. A bitch that's gonna leave flowers on Lizzie Borden's grave, you're off your mother. You were off your mother. You can't tell me shit else. Nah. I'm not going to leave flowers on no bitch grave that off their mother. You know what it say in the Bible about offering your stepmother and your father? Do not. That's simple. Moving right along, speaking of criminals, as I said before, I had a cute little rap sheet before I was a born-again Christian comic, and I don't do criminal activity no more. Now, don't push me. Don't push me. But I've been violent. But I've never been so violent that I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to off this bitch. You know what I mean? Now, I thought about it. We've all thought about somebody that we just wanted to choke out in the name of Samuel Little, but you didn't do it, did you? You had something on, you had that good angel on your shoulder that said, but darn, you might not get away like Lizzie Borden. Lizzie had a whole male jury sitting up there on her defense. She probably had popped a few pussy for him, but back then it wasn't hard to pop no pussy. You just lift up your old damn cocktail skirt, let somebody get that ass in the back of the prairie and send your ass on to glory. That's how that worked. And I know Coochie was fishy then because they didn't have all the little shit that y'all got now like Summer's Eve and the Vagisil shit. Coochie was funky in 1922. But Lizzie was back there backing that ass up on the back of the prairie. And here go my old little sailors. Old Lizzie, hitting that ass 2 sheets in the wind because that's what they did back then. And here come people too. Well, she wasn't strong enough to pick up an axe. Oh, bullshit. Do y'all remember that white lady who killed that other white woman back in the 90s? This had to be like 1990. She was a little blonde woman. She was fucking the woman's husband. The woman caught tail of it. I think it's a story about it. I think, I can't even think of her name. It's Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen's sister who play her. I can't think of the Olsen child name, but she's a far more fabulous actress than Mary-Kate and Ashley. I'm going to give her that. That little Olsen bitch can act her fucking bang off, and her bang only this short. Anywho, she played the white lady who had the axe, who took it from the other woman who she was screwing her husband and hit her in the laundry room. You mean to tell me a white woman ain't strong enough to pick up an axe? Huh? Back then, all they did was chop down fucking cherry trees. Shit, a little 12-year-old like George Washington chopped down a fucking cherry tree. So a strong-ass white woman can't pick up an axe and hit her mother in the back? I don't want to hear that shit. Lizzie killed her stepmother. And she killed the father too, whether y'all let her off or not. That bitch did it. Moving right along, I can't even think of his name now because I've been talking to y'all so much about all the serial killers, but I'm pretty sure one of y'all gonna bring him up. But he was the last of one of the guys that was found. You remember it was a few guys who escaped from that prison in New Orleans. Damn it, I can't think of his name, darn it. You just posted him. Fuck that, I'm about to go and look for him. I ain't got number time, and y'all do too. That's why you're here. Let's see. I'm going to tell you his name in one little instant. Derrick Groves. Derrick Groves. Yeah, Derrick Groves was the last to be caught from those guys who had escaped the prison in New Orleans. He was just caught in Atlanta. He had a good run, though. No pun intended. Now, you know, that's a long time to be escaping a fucking prison. That was since May. So what's that? June, July, August, September, October. That's 5 months. Now, here's the thing. I was sad to see that Derrick got caught because I was hoping that he could run free. But with a $50,000 bond, trust no one, Derrick. You was out for 5 months and you didn't get a BBL. You didn't go, you was in Atlanta. Shit, you could have went to one of them damn queens in Atlanta. Shit, one of the girls, one of the LGBT members, one of the trannies would have hooked your ass up on the back of a table and gave you some ass shots and some titties. Shit, if I'm out for 5 months and I didn't escape prison, next time you see me, bitch, I will be unidentifiable. I'm talking about a long 42-inch, all black, middle part bust down, sweeping my BBL left and right, titties sitting so high you'll think that I'm what was her name? Pamela Anderson out this bitch. I'm Darren Anderson out this bitch. I'm talking big double D's, areola sitting on ICU. You would not been able to identify me, bitch. I would have been using that damn, what is it, that Palmer's cream What that woman called it, white nations. I would have been 2 shades lighter, titties big so much, they hitting the damn horn on the steering wheel. Honk, a Rasputia ass bitch. Ass so big it wouldn't have been able to fit in my 2-seater. Hair sweeping my ass. You was in Atlanta. You could have got all the works done. Why the fuck would you show up as Derrick knowing there's a $50,000 bond on your fucking head trusting niggas? Somebody you knew turned you in, because trust me, motherfuckers ain't looking for you. Motherfuckers ain't looking for you. If you know anything about the government being shut down, a lot of motherfuckers don't even got jobs right now. A lot of people have been furloughed, especially when you work a federal job. A lot of people are working right now and ain't getting no pay. The last thing they doing over there at that FBI agency is looking for your ass. You were caught because you were out there trusting niggas. I wouldn't trust no nigga but the nigga who was sitting there putting that shit up my ass. This ass would have been so fucking big, they would have had to open up the doors of church to let me the fuck through. This ass wouldn't fit through a regular little doorstep on your household thrush. This would be a Walmart ass, a Target ass, a Best Buy ass. You sat there and got caught while looking like the fuck you look. You could have fucked somebody down and gave you some shit. It's you in Atlanta. There's some queens out there thirsty for some dick shit. And you had that dick locked up in prison for 2-3 years before you got it, before you escaped. And you didn't go out there and put it up nobody's ass and try to get somebody to put some shit up your ass. Derrick, you crazy as a motherfucker. I would have been, see, when you was out there running, you should have been out there Googling. Every time you see me, I would have had on a face mask like I was sick and a fucking hoodie on. I wear that shit right now and I'm just darn fleet. I do that just to disguise myself in fucking airports, Target, or wherever else I gotta go. You out here with your same face that you escaped prison from, and then it's $50,000 on your fucking head, and you thought that you could trust a bitch? Shit, I don't trust a bitch if it's $500 wanted for me. I know a motherfucker right down the block right now who would tell on me, I think I saw him earlier walking his dog. Your ass is out there shopping at Walmart and shit like you don't know you want it. Bitch, if I was wanted, I would be late. Bitch, I would be Helen Keller right fucking now. Do you hear me? I would be laid low. What was the girl name from the Buchenwald camps back in the day? The Diary of Anne fucking Frank. They would have found me in a fucking attic underneath some shit. In an unfinished attic. I would have been writing diaries and shit. Dear diary, this is day 372 of not coming the fuck out. I'm so hot up here. I'll be glad when these motherfuckers leave the house so I can at least go down and raid the fridge and get me a sandwich. Bitch, I would have been the Diary of Darn Frank. Why the fuck? Why the fuck were you out here trusting people? Trust no one when $50,000 is on your head. You crazy as shit, sir. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me. But I'm not gonna lie. If they would have told me darn fleet, yeah, I'm gonna give you $50,000 to turn your friend in. Sorry, friend. I put some money on your book, shit. You helped me earn it. Fuck you out here still showing up with the same face you escaped with. Bitch, I would have been a do-rag queen out there, bitch. You in Atlanta, you in the home of the beauty supply store, and you ain't getting one fucking wig. One wig? You could have ordered a wig off Temu. A wig ain't number $6. One fucking wig from Amazon, some lipstick. Shit, couldn't be me. And you got away with for 5 months? Derrick. My name would have been Derricka next time y'all saw Darn. Anywho, that's all I got for y'all today in my criminology of Darn's past and the ghost of Ed Gein and Lizzie Borden and the Menendez brothers who Kim Kardashian West went on record stating they are not monsters. I said, all right, Kim, well, let them move in with you and Chris and your other stepmama, Caitlyn. Let them live with the mothers, since they not monsters. You don't think they'll do to you what the fuck they did to their mother? Clock that tea, bitch. Speaking of clock that tea, y'all can catch me October the 26th. I'll be live in Bellflower, California at the Stand Up Comedy Club. I cannot wait to see y'all, Bellflower. Also, I will be in Pleasanton, California live at Tommy T's on October the 29th in the Bay Area. Y'all, this has been episode 12. Damn, I can't believe we did 12 episodes. Damn, time was just flying for me. And I'm excited about that. I really, really am. Time has really been good, and time has really been on my side because I've been pacing myself. I don't ever tell people we're going live this day or we don't. Because some days I don't feel like being in front of the camera. Some days I don't feel like I look good today. Some days I don't feel like, darn, I have even much to talk about. And I always got jokes to tell, always got things that I could talk about. But some days are funner than others, and this was one of those days. So I just want to say thank y'all to all of y'all who watched episode 12, and also for those who will catch up on it, because I do know that a lot of times with my algorithm, it doesn't show as much because it's showing my videography. Because I put out like 3 to 4 posts a day, even if it ain't nothing but just Nigglable national news. Speaking of, we still getting to the bottom of this Charlie Kirk situation, because y'all know they called me in to, as one of the top investigators. They start paying me on the Diddy case. I need to collect some money for this Charlie Kirk case too, because I know for a fact it was a woman there, and I know that because Candace Mandis Owens said that shit. And I like Candace. I don't want to throw no shade at Candace. I'm going to be real. I like Candace Owens. I like her because she's honest about who she is. Candace ain't trying to be nobody but Candace. Candace knows that she is Hillary Banks 2.0, and I think that's why we love Candace. What I hate about Candace is we got to remind her that sister, you're a sister. Because there's so many black women who've got a little taste of that White House that we had to reel the fuck back in. It ain't just been Candace Owens. It was Condoleezza fucking Rice. It was Oma fucking Rosa. She thought that she was over there hanging off Trump's ball sack. That she had a seat at the fucking table, bitch. He propped his legs up on you like a footstool. You had a seat, all right. A foot seat. Now you taking footnotes. Good for you, Omarosa. But I could have told Omarosa that won't go fucking last. Now she out here talking shit about Trump. How you gonna talk shit about the same man that fed you? If you were on The Apprentice, you shouldn't be talking shit about Trump. If you ever worked for that man, you shouldn't be talking shit about him. And this is not because I'm a supporter of Trump. This is because I don't believe in biting the hand that fed me. When a lot of y'all were over there dancing for a Trump check when you was over there on The Apprentice. And I saw that shit now as we hate him, but you had a good time spending this fucking money. So you shouldn't be talking shit, because I'm not biting no hands that feed me. Okay? With that being said, I love y'all so much for free. God bless you all. And thank y'all for watching episode 12 of It Behooves Me to Say podcast. It's been a wrap.